Film was all right. Receivers dropped a couple balls. I missed a couple run checks. I missed a couple throws. But I mean, all those things are going to happen when you throw the ball 60 times. You just got to try to limit those as much as you can.
Coach Leach talks about how you've looked good for the limited number of reps you've had, and you not be able to go in the spring and all that. I mean, do you feel like you're knocking rust off at all out there, or do you feel totally comfortable?
I don't feel like I'm knocking rust off. I feel like I've played in 4 college football games. I mean, I'm growing up as fast as I can, but I mean, the position I play, experience is really key, and I think I've done a pretty good job so far in the experience I have gotten.
Did you get a chance to watch the Oregon's game on Saturday night?
I got to watch a little bit of it. I didn't see too much of it, though.
I mean, obviously, everyone talks about their offense, but they
Right.
shut out a pretty good offensive team.
Yeah, they shut them out. I mean, Arizona shot themselves in the foot more than a couple times down there in the red zone. That quarterback for Arizona really struggled. But, yeah, Oregon's very sound defensively. They give you a bunch of different looks between their 40 and 30 fronts with their D linemen, where they're moving linebackers at the snap of the ball, and their safeties are really active. I mean, the whole defense is fast, and they give you a bunch of different things that you have to prepare for.
In that regard, talk about moving linebackers and blitzes and things like that. Are they similar at all to what you've seen just in practice here in the ball and stuff like that?
A little bit like with our defense. Our defense is moving around a lot at the snap of the ball. But no, I mean, I was the backup quarterback going into the game last year, so I watched a bunch of film on him, and I helped Jeff prepare as much as I could my redshirt freshman year for Oregon. So I mean, I've watched quite a bit of film on them. I have an idea of what they're going to do, but an idea of what they're going to do is a lot different than being on the field and dealing with that speed.
If there's one thing as a quarterback you're really zoning in on with Oregon on their defensive side, you as a quarterback, is there something that you're trying to, what is it that you see out of them that you really need to kind of focus on this week?
Just make sure that I'm taking my time at the line of scrimmage. Don't assume that they were in a 40 front cover for the last 4 plays, so they're going to do it again. Making sure I get a good, mental picture of where the safeties are at, how many defensive linemen there are, getting my run checks, shirt up. So just not getting complacent, I say, would be my biggest thing this week.
You said it yourself, you've only played 4 college football games, but are you kind of ready and kind of wanting to take on a leadership role for this team, being the quarterback of this team? Is that something else that you're looking to focus on?
Yeah, I mean, I think the starting quarter, I think this team is desperate for leaders, and I think I've stepped up in that category the last couple of weeks, and I think that'll just continue to grow. But yeah, I mean, this offense is dying for someone to lead them.
What do you mean by that, desperate for leaders?
Just what I mean. I mean, there's nobody leading the offense right now. Someone needs to step up.
You said that you've only played 4 college football games. What is it that you, as a quarterback, really need to focus on to take that next step?
I mean, I don't know if there's too many. You try to focus on everything. I think a lot of it is just having the game slow down, and I think that's one thing I do well naturally is just being able to play at the speed of college football. I've always played a little faster in high school. Sometimes I did things too fast, and so I haven't had too many problems with that. Just probably making sure I see everything before I snap the football.
What do you think about people giving you the gunslinger mentality? Do you like that, or you try to shy away from it?
I mean, I don't know. I think I've always played with a little bit of that mentality. I think too much of that gets you in trouble. But I mean, the interceptions I've thrown haven't been too much of a gunslinger mentality. They've just been poor reads. So, I mean, I think I've got a little bit of that in me, but I think too much of that's a bad thing.
You talk about slowing down. Is that where some of the interception mistakes come from? Is you just playing too fast right now?
Yeah, I'd agree with that, and I wouldn't say all of them are. I'd say a couple of them have been, trying to anticipate routes coming into a hole in the defense a little too quick for what the receiver's moving at. So, I mean, yeah, I'd probably agree with that.
And when you talk about that, finding that leader, is that somebody that will help you all down the stretch, finishing games, holding those leads and stuff like that?
I mean, a little bit. I don't know. I know that it'll help a little bit, but just because someone's going out there and getting everybody rallied around them doesn't mean that our left tackle isn't going to hold, that our X receiver isn't going to drop a ball, that I'm going to throw a poor pass. So it helps to an extent, but also to an extent, people just need to step up and play a little tougher.
You feel like you have to play perfect against a team like Oregon, just you yourself, to give your guys a chance?
I think if you go into a game thinking that, it's going to be a long day for you. I mean, obviously you're going to have to play well to beat the number 2 team in the country, but if you go into a game thinking that, you're just going to press, you're going to force the ball downfield, it's tough to get off your first read when you're doing that. I have played like that before, and it's frustrating.
Getting to play in Seattle, how was that different for you guys?
I think it's exciting for the west side of the state. We got a lot of Cougars over there, but it's not a true home game. It's kind of frustrating that we don't get to play the game in Martin Stadium. So it's kind of a 50-50 deal.
Is that something where you wish that game was here and that the Oregon deal wasn't over at West or CenturyLink?
I mean, I just wish all of our home games were here. I don't see why we need to go somewhere else to play a home game, so that's my opinion.
Any questions for Connor on the line? Bud?
Connor, you could break down a little bit that 4th-and-3 play when you guys were up 17 inside the Colorado 20. I mean, what did you see? Did it look like there might have been room to run?
With the interception I threw when we were going in to score. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. We went up to the line, and it was kind of a check with me call, and Coach Leach was trying to signal in something to me, and I wasn't understanding what he was saying. So I checked to a different play. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure hindsight's 20/20. I'm sure there probably was room to run, but when the play clock's ticking like that, you go to something that you're comfortable with, and that route combination I called was something that I'd been throwing well all day. I just forced one in the middle. I should have gotten to my third read.
Bud, anything else?
No, thank you.
Any other questions in here for Connor?
Connor, how's the energy and emotion of this team over the last couple of days?
I think it's been good. Like Coach Leach says, after yesterday, that game's got to be flushed, and I think it has been for everybody in the locker room. I think everybody's pretty excited to have an opportunity to go out Saturday and show the nation what we're capable of with the game being on national television. So I think everybody's pretty excited.
In terms of the offense, you guys put up some big numbers again. Is it still a matter of being consistent, or what do you see as things you guys need to improve on?
Yeah, no, it's definitely being consistent with my reads, with receivers dropping balls, with linemen not having penalties, with running backs holding on to the football. I mean, all 11 people can do something better, and if we can, shore up a couple plays here and there, get a couple more completions. I mean, maybe we throw for 500 yards instead of 400. Maybe we don't. Maybe we throw one less interception, one less fumble, one less drop ball. I mean, everybody can do something better.